Okay, everybody, welcome to our class today on essential oils in children. And I'm delighted to have JC join us today and helping us teach this class, as she's an expert on women's hormones and whatnot. And really quick, Suzanne, I'm going to have you be the co-host so you can turn people on and off, okay?
Okay, perfect.
And so anyway, thank you for joining us today. We are going to talk about children, mothers, babies, pregnancies, all those good things, and how essential oils are so beneficial in our life in general, as this is an introduction class to the essential oils. And so JC, thank you for joining us. And give me just a minute here. I'm going to share my screen.
So guys, even if you have kids or you don't have kids, this class is going to be helpful in English, because we all know somebody who has a baby, who has a kid. So it's always very helpful to get this knowledge as well.
Can everybody see it? And if you can actually let me know, Suzanne, because I'm noticing that our internet connection is not quite so good lately, and it will drop the screen. And I'll be teaching the class and nobody tells me, and they're not seeing any of the slides. Let me know if that happens.
Okay.
Okay, so
we'll let you know. Right now we can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody, it's amazing. Life is the most biggest blessing that we have in our life is our families. Without our families, we keep moving forward, but it's just such a big blessing, right? And so what is an essential oil? Essential oils they're natural aromatic compounds found in plants, distilled, cold pressed extraction, and powerful safe benefits without side effects. And Suzanne, can you mute some people, please?
Yep, I got it.
Thank you. And, essential oils been around forever. And, a lot of people talk about, are they safe? And, if you think about that, they've been around forever, that they have to be safe, because people wouldn't be using them if they weren't, right? So when we look at the Egyptian times and throughout the ages, it's beautiful to know that the essential oils are coming back and having a resurgence, because we want natural solutions. We're looking for something. Doterra is testing certified pure. Therapeutic grade is no longer therapeutic grade, but it's certified pure tested grade. And they have come up with that because Doterra, nobody can actually say that they've tested their oils as many different ways that Doterra has. Because it's so important to look back and say, we want to return to these natural solutions. Natural solutions actually goes after the root cause of why we have so many ailments in the first place. And that minimizes the symptoms. And so, when we look at that and compare it to many of the products that we can buy in the store today, that if you look at the ingredients, you can't pronounce many of those, and that they are more harmful to our body instead of benefiting our body. You have anything you want to say, JC? Good. So our quality of oils goes through so much testing. They're extremely powerful, they're potent, and they're pure.
Doterra usually like Western medicine.
It's yeah, it's actually the noise. I think it's you, JC. You have some background noise or something.
Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I muted myself.
Yeah. Just mute yourself unless you're ready. Yeah, that's perfect.
Thank you so much. No other company can go through and talk about the testing that Doterra does. They have so many methods and so many different kinds of tests, because other companies, other essential oil companies and distributors add harmful synthetic fillers to alter the effect of how the oils work on your body. And when you're using an essential oil, many people say, oh, these seem to be expensive. I'm just going to buy an essential oil down at the market or somewhere. But you have no confidence in your mind if that oil was tested and if they didn't add fillers. Many of these oils, they say just add 30 drops to a recipe. For doTERRA, you only really want to add 1 drop because it's so pure and potent, and there's no harmful fillers to it. So really going through and looking at doTERRA, you want to be sure and know and trust that these oils are really the only oils you should be using on your family and your loved ones, because you don't want to be adding those harmful synthetic fillers to your body, because they will create more harm to your body. So there are 3 ways you can use the oils. You can use them aromatically, you can use them topically, and you can use them internally. And the best way to use with children is to start out maybe doing them aromatically and topically first. This is a cute picture of a diffuser that we bought at Christmas time. Sometimes doTERRA comes out with these fun little things, and this diffuser, you turned it on and the smoke came out of its nose, or the smoke, the steam came out of its nose. It was this cutest thing. And it sang songs too. It had little lullabies, and it's just so sweet. And what a better way to have a child enjoy the oils, to put a diffuser, something like this, in the bedroom when you're having a hard time having them sleep at night. And it actually even put lights on the ceiling. I forgot about that.
I forgot about that. That was super,
Yeah.
super cute addition.
So let me just say about that. They have a koala diffuser in the Australian and the New Zealand markets. And last month they got it in the Philippines, and it sold out like wildfire. I mean, it just was sold out within the day because the koala diffuser was so cute for children. And so I'm hoping they get it in the Malaysia market. I'm hoping that you'll be able to get that cute koala diffuser. It's probably made by the same person as this one.
What's really interesting, Suzanne, is I Googled doTERRA elephant diffuser because I just love it. And it's in the Canadian market right now.
Oh,
I'm like, it's probably going to last us for 5 minutes. But
yeah.
anyway, aromatically is the best way to help children, because sometimes kids can be really fussy and they don't want to be touched or they don't want to be messed with, right? And so you could just set on a diffuser while they're resting or while they're playing with their toys or something, and it'll just really help with them emotionally and calming down. Topically, the best way to put the oils on children, here as adults, we can put them on all over our bodies, whatever. But the best way for children is to put it on their feet, because that is where the skin is not as sensitive. Children's skin may be a little bit more thinner than our skin, and so they might be a little more sensitive, meaning our oils are so pure that you can put it on the skin. And if you keep doing it day in and day out, day in and day out, sometimes your skin might get a little bit, hey, okay, put it somewhere else for now. And so rub it on the feet. And you guys, children love the oils. They will actually, you can put a bottle of essential oil on the floor and put some toys, and the child will crawl and grab that oil bottle first before they'll grab their toys, because there's an energy about them that you want to always make sure that you are supervising the children when you have essential oils around too. You can have children take the oils internally. However, we would advise just to use it in a recipe or something. I see different recipes where you can make smoothies for children and cookies and different things like that. I think that's the best way to have children take them internally. As adults, we love to drink lemon oil and water. And so that's a really nice way to help cleanse our body and purify our body. So education is so important, as a new parent and stuff, you always want to be mindful on how to use the essential oils for children. And You know, one of the things I was telling with JC, it seems like when we always have new people who are starting the oils, they always want to know what the protocol is because we're so used to looking at a bottle of medicine saying only take with a meal in the morning once a day, or there's like this particular way to do this. With essential oils, there's no particular way because these oils are not synthetic, they're natural to our bodies. And you want to learn to start listening to what your body is wanting at this time. And one of the things too that when as doTERRA opens up new markets, we work with the government to ensure what their FDA is wanting to do and as they study these oils and stuff. When you start looking and Googling about essential oils online, you want to be mindful that doTERRA is completely different than all the other essential oil companies in the market because doTERRA tests over 60 times. And I'm going to say that over and over again. I have constantly people saying, oh, I found this information. What are you going to say about that? Like there's some, don't take the oils internally, or don't put them on your skin, or don't do this. They're talking about the general population of essential oils that are not doTERRA's. And so go to the doTERRA website. There is a really great information on essential oil safety, and they will discuss this. They will talk about, don't compare us to other oils when people are talking about not using them a certain way. So please go to the doTERRA website and look at that and feel confident because doTERRA has a huge building, right, Suzanne? Filled with scientists and filled with tons of testing. We got to walk down that hallway and look in the windows and see all these test machines and all this stuff. And so when you're talking about looking and researching, please look at the doTERRA website standards and with the USA doTERRA website standards, because even in Malaysia, we can take doTERRA Peppermint and doTERRA Lavender internally, but in Malaysia, they haven't got that far with their testing in their government, and their labels do not say it's okay to take them internally. Because you guys are in a global access market, we want you to follow the US guidelines. Anything you guys want to say about that, Suzanne or JC?
I just agree 100% with children. You just, you know, you can make a few mistakes with adults, but don't risk things with children. Always follow the guidelines.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So how to ensure safe use? You always want to supervise children. Just like I said earlier, you know, you can put a bottle of essential oil on the floor and the child can crawl to it and grab that oil. And because there's an energy that these oils have, they're so amazing. And so always supervise. Please put the oils up in a safe area, just like you would with your medications if you have little ones running around. I was watching one of my leaders with one of the kids running around, and that child kept going to the shelf, climbing up on a chair and grabbing that oil. And so you want to be sure that just like anything, that these oils, they can open up these lids and they can get them in their eyes, you know. And so the way you want to help with children using the oils, and if they get them in their eyes, just take a cloth with fractionated coconut oil and just softly just brush it over your cheek or close to the eyelid, and it acts like a magnet. It will pull that oil completely out of the eye. It's amazing. You never want to use water because oil and water do not mix. But know that it's safe to use them on the children and stuff like that. Just be mindful as a parent to watch and supervise. This parent is putting the oils on the child's hand and showing her how to use them over her nose and breathe in. Kids do love the oils, so please use them within the family and feel and know that you can do that safely. Again, there are some sensitive areas. Like I said, the eyes, some areas of the skin. broken or damaged skin. Sometimes kids are struggling with health issues. And so you can look up protocols to help children with these issues. You never, even with adults, you never want to put them in your nose or your ears or on your eyes. And maybe wash your hands before you use the restroom, because sometimes that could be a sensitive area as well. So one of the things too is you always want to go through and dilute the oils. And we have, because these children are so much littler than we are as adults, we have some great dilution recipes. JC, do you want to take on this one? Is she still there?
Yeah,
Yep.
she
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I
I'm
can hear
having
you.
some. Okay, the Wi-Fi is a bit unstable, but I'm still here. Yeah, so it's absolutely important with babies and young children to dilute. So I keep on saying dilute, dilute, and dilute. With children, always make sure you dilute. Why? You know, if you think about the size of a baby or the size of a young kid, a young children,
Yeah. JC, we're losing you.
it's much
We can't
the
hear you.
amount. Yes.
Okay, keep going. Go
Okay.
ahead. Try again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you just are cutting in and out, in and out. Now you're frozen.
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and continue.
Why don't you go ahead, Becky,
Okay.
and Jason, see if you can get to a more stable Wi-Fi place.
Yeah. Okay, so diluting, like JC was saying.
Yes. I'm hotspotting on my.
So dilute.
Can you hear me now?
No, you're cutting in and out. JC, let's let her go for just a few more minutes and let's see what happens with your Wi-Fi. There we go.
Okay, so dilute, dilute, dilute. So you want to look at the ages of the children, and also I like to say look at the weight, because some 7-year-old kids can be much bigger than say a 12-year-old child, right? So just kind of also consider the weight. If they tend to be a little bit above average on their weight scale, or even below average of their weight scale. So this is kind of just a guideline. It's not an exact guideline, so just be mindful and practice what that is. Maybe if you're using lavender for sleep, maybe that might be something that you find that maybe you need to do a little bit more oil of lavender because you want it to be more effective, or it just depends, okay? But knowing that there are some strong hot oils, we like to call them hot because they are, if you use cassia, cinnamon, bark, clove, oregano, and thyme. Some of the other herb oils are hot too, but these you want to dilute much more than you would say with lavender. Also, here's a chart that I liked. I wanted to use this one because it compares the difference between how to dilute the oils with adults and compared to children. And I like it because it talks about it with aromatically. Notice that there's no need to dilute aromatically, but with internally for adults, you know, when you're using an oil for internal, like let's say you're going to do digestion for tummy issues, you can do 2, you know, drops. I only really need 1 drop. So, you know, I guess it depends on if you have a heartburn really bad or something. But then it also says, you know, if you're looking at a 24-hour period of time, you don't need to go over 24 drops over a 24-hour period of time. The reason why I say that is your body really can only assimilate 1 drop at a time, right? So if you take 3, 4 drops, your body's going to use 1 drop and fuel its body with that, but the 3 drops it's going to waste. So when people think more is better, really with doTERRA oils, more is not better. So when you're looking at a child, the ideal amount for like taking internally, like with a glass of water or something like that, you want to like 1 to 2 drops in a like lemon water, or if you're doing a smoothie or something like that. But try not to exceed over a 24-hour period of time more than 12 drops. Okay. Orally, sometimes we can just take them directly in our mouth. Like I like to put On Guard directly in my mouth. Notice here that maybe that might be too potent for the body, for the child to process. And dermal, you can also do it that way. And so here's a nice little thing here. So you may want to take some screenshots of this if anybody wants to take screenshots of this. I also don't know if you noticed, I added some things to the chat that you can actually download as well. Here's some
JC's back, Becky.
Oh,
Becky,
good, because
if you want to try.
I really wanted JC to talk about this one because she's really becoming an expert with hormones and all this stuff. So, you know, using the dilution for pregnancy and birth is so amazing to have. I have so many people who are doulas, which are helping women birth the baby and go through the pregnancy process and stuff. So, JC, take it away.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Great, great, okay. Yes, so the dilutions are very important, what we were saying earlier, always dilute, and the dosage is important as well. And when you're pregnant, or if you're a man, when your wife or when your sister is pregnant, always consider that there are some oils that are not safe to use during pregnancy because they might interfere with the hormones during the pregnancy. So always make sure that you're asking someone who is knowledgeable about the oils that are safe to use during pregnancy, during first, second, and third trimester. And also after giving birth, there are some oils that are also very beneficial for example, for milk production. But there are some oils that are better not to use because baby is also drinking, you know, from the mother's milk usually. So there's some oils that are best to just keep away from pregnant women and from breastfeeding and young babies. Otherwise, most of oils are safe to use. And the dilutions, like here you may see it, depending on the amount that you're using, the amount of oils that you're using. For example, for a pregnant woman, you know, you have to dilute a lot more than in the labor because your hormones are going, you know, peak. So you may use a few more drops of essential oils. Postpartum is after pregnancy as well. It's about similar dilution. And for new babies, because their body are so small, right? So you have to really dilute a lot. If you're not sure, just ask someone. But I would say, for example, a 3 ml roll-on, 2, 3, 4 drops, you know, is enough for a baby. Unless it's a very big, you know, fatty, healthy baby, you might want to add maybe 1 more drop. But you know, usually go save 2, 3 drops, for example, in a 3 ml bottle would be enough for a young baby. And then double this by the age of 1 to 2, and then the age from 2 to, I would say, 8. They wrote 10, but until 8. Then after that, depending on the size and the weight, like Becky mentioned earlier, you know, if it's a very strong, fat, and tall kid, or if it's like a shorter, slim boy or girl, it might you might also want to adjust accordingly. But that's only like to have an idea. A kid between 2 to, I would say, 8 years old, double from the age to 1 to 2. So let's say like in a 3 ml bottle, you can use up to maybe 10 drops, I would say, safe to use for the kids. And always either choose your favorite carrier oil. I love coconut oil, but you can also maybe prefer to use almond oil or jojoba oil, whichever oil you feel also like the baby, you know, it feels good on the baby's skin. Sorry, Suzanne, you're going to say something?
JC, it's just because of your background noise, we can hardly hear you because it's really noisy in your background. So it's a little bit difficult. Yeah.
Do I have to take it over?
Can you hear her
Do I
very
need
well,
to do it
Becky?
all over?
I can't hear it all. So I think, yeah.
I think it's because the background noise it's picking up all of the background noise that's in your background.
Yeah, we can hear the coffee being made. It sounds really good.
Yeah, I didn't have time to reach home before the class, so I had to stay here.
Yeah, we were just last
There's
minute.
a lot of traffic.
Yeah, it's all great. No worries. Were you done with this one, JC, talking about the carrier oils and the coconut oil and avocado oil? Wonderful. And
Avocado oil, yes, whichever carrier oil that you prefer or that you feel that you know it responding well with the skin of the baby. Always use any of these carrier oil, coconut, jojoba, almond, whichever oil you prefer. And were you able to hear when I was explaining with the 3 ml roll-on with the number of drops that you can use? For example, like 3 to 4 for the newborn baby, and then you can double that. So maybe like 6 to 7 or 8 maximum. Say like 6, 7 is enough. And then you go, again, you double this by the age to 2 to 8 years old. Seeing your face, Becky, I think you're not able to hear me.
Yeah, I think you need to mute yourself, and we'll let Becky finish this because we just can't hear very well. There you go. That's unfortunate.
yeah, because you're so great with this. I'm so sorry, JC. We just decided this at the last minute, so she didn't have a time to prepare properly, and I just was so excited that she was wanting to share some of her knowledge. So thank you guys for being patient with that.
Jason's teaching some more here coming up in a couple of weeks about women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she's great. So safety tip: the oils do have are sensitive to UV rays. We're talking about the citrus oils. So kids love to play outside. And so, especially now that the season is coming, where they'll be outside a lot more. And so, keep mindful of the citrus oils, like bergamot. Now, actually, green mandarin. I didn't realize that was on the list because I copied and pasted this, but green mandarin does not have um, the photosynthesis properties in it. So you can use that on children. But bergamot, grapefruit, lemon, lime, tangerine, and wild orange do actually, if you put it on the child's skin, you will get a brown spot there, kind of like a little miniature suntan, because the oils do collect the sun rays. So if you're going to be using them, maybe use them at nighttime. And then so when the child rests overnight, they can wake up in the day and that they won't be so sensitive to the skin. So be sure to look at the labels again, using the US Doterra standards for that. Now, Doterra also has these oils already pre-diluted, and that's what the touch means. When you're looking at the different products on the Doterra line, they come in a 10 ml roller ball. And these 10 ml roller balls are beautifully diluted for children. And so if you're a mom and these oils, we've got Digest Zen, which is wonderful for tummy upset. Oregano is a wonderful oil for helping build up the immune system. Deep Blue, if they have an owie, if they hurt their hand or something, it's great for that. And sometimes children struggle with breathing. Maybe they're out exercising and the seasonal threats might be out there, and that this breathe oil is wonderful for that. Melaleuca is really good for skin issues. And peppermint is for alertness. I love to use peppermint maybe when they're out playing, or maybe they're trying to focus on school and trying to keep their mind alert. Peppermint is a wonderful oil for that. Frankincense is a must-have in every home. So with in doubt, you can pull out that frankincense and use that oil for that. It's calming. It's wonderful for building up the immune system, and so many great things. Lavender oil, of course, is a great oil for helping restful time. So if they're having a hard time with a nap, That would probably be the oil I would use most
Oh,
with my
yeah.
children.
Oh, yeah.
On Guard, of course. Oh my gosh, you guys, kids are like little germaphobes. They walk around picking up germs everywhere. So On Guard is such a powerful oil to be using on a daily basis. Here is a great screenshot. You guys take a screenshot of this. This is a really hard to read, and I apologize, but I tried to figure out how to make it bigger without having to retype it all so that it could be
It's actually it's very legible. We can see it.
Oh, good. I love this because ear infections, we have several nieces that deal with ear infections when they were growing up, and it was huge. They had asthma and ear infections constantly. I think she was going to the doctor every 3 months, it seemed like.
Yeah, we'd even have procedures.
Yeah, I have procedures where they put a tube in your ear and stuff. And you guys, these oils are so effective and so powerful. And one of the things that Larry actually, he would get an earache. You can take a cotton ball and put 1 drop, and for children, maybe dilute it, do a quarter of a drop or something, and just rest it right on the shelf of your ear. And it's huge for ear infections. Sleeping, you can take and make a spray bottle and put some water and some drops of lavender and spray it on the pillow. Just a wonderful way. Also, you can rub on the bottom of your feet. Bruises and cuts. Now, how many of you guys have got through life without having a bruise, cut, or scrape?
Nobody.
I don't think anybody has. And even as an adult, I wonder where that bruise came from sometimes. But helichrysum is a very powerful oil for that. For like if they get a nosebleed, my gosh, helichrysum just works incredible for nosebleeds. I'm not being very compliant here. Cold and flus, like, we are right now during these times, everybody is so concerned and so wanting to be careful about this. So On Guard is a very powerful oil to be doing daily. Breathe oil for helping with respiratory. Melaleuca and oregano are very powerful, building up that immune system and supporting your body with that. Now, stomach problems. How many times do children talk and complain about stomach issues? Well, I was one, that's for sure. If I had digestion growing up, I probably would be a completely different adult today. But the digestion oil, just rub it on your tummy and it makes a huge world of a difference. It's incredible. Respiratory issues, again, breathing, lemon, frankincense. I can go back to the ear infections. A lot of that is because of our gut issues. And if we can go through and actually take care of our gut, which is the gateway to our health, and I think that would help with a lot of our different things like ear infections and things that we deal with on a daily basis, that these oils can really support our body. So babies, again, for teething, oh my gosh, oils for teething, you can dilute clove oil. And that works really good. When you go to a dentist, they always rub clove oil before they start doing their work. Cough and sore throat, lemon oil. Drinking lemon oil is just a really powerful way to help detoxify the body and help purify things and get those toxins out. I love On Guard in my tea. So if I have a little bit of a sore throat, I think coming on, I just take some On Guard in my tea and it's just incredible. Emotional support, we're going to talk about that here in a little bit, but balance oil. I notice a lot of the children's recipes call for balance and they call for lavender. Now they're listing an oil here called Serenity, and Serenity that we're getting from Malaysia is called Lavender Peace. It's the exact same oil. They just had to use a different name. And you'll find that too. I mentioned digestion. It's actually Zengest. So we just have a different crossover on that. Skin conditions, definitely Melaleuca, lavender, and geranium. So if you have a child, you're going to really want to have geranium, balance, and lavender. Those 3 oils are just like the cat's meow for kids. Did I already show this?
No.
Oh,
No.
Okay, so this you guys, I apologize, you can't get. I don't mean to tease you with this, but I just wanted to share with us that doTERRA is really doing a lot of amazing things for our kids. And they came out with this beautiful line of essential oils that are just so powerful for children. They have little flashcards so kids can learn about the oils, little carabiners so that they can carry the oils around with them, and this little fun carry bag. But these oils are just really fun to have. I would assume that in the Malaysia market that they will start bringing them in because again, remember Malaysia is a new market. They will start bringing these oils in one at a time.
You know what? They have these, they have these now in the Philippines, and the Philippines and Malaysia opened up close to the same time. Actually, Malaysia was a little bit ahead, but the Philippines just got these in the last few months. And so they'll be coming to Malaysia really soon. They're really great.
Okay, great. I'm excited. You guys, these are really fun oils. And even you can use these on adults. Like the tamer one for tummy is just really incredible. They are a little bit different blend. They don't have as many oils in the blend, so that they're a lot more simplified. And but they're just very powerful too.
I do have to say, some of our Nagaland people ordered that kit when we were shipping from the US. So there's a few of you lucky people up in Nagaland that actually have that kit.
I hear that Praveen has it as well. JC was saying so.
Oh, yeah.
So this is something that comes from the United States market as well. And I think because it's not an oil, we probably maybe could do a batch of shipments here. And I haven't had a chance to talk to Suzanne about this, but these are really great to have. They're child-proof caps. And also there are other things that you can get too, that there's roller bottles and things that you can actually use to put on the oil so they don't come out so quickly out of the bottles. And so they notice that they changed the, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's different things that you can use to, anyway, they're childproof caps. And I have some here, but I don't have any children. So, but I've always had them for my new leaders in case that they have a child in the.
Kind of a different delivery funnel for it.
Yeah. So, okay. So here's another list on how you can use essential oils for pregnancy. And one of the things that I was working on these PowerPoint presentations. We've been so busy this last week. I really forgot, and I want to mention that if you're a couple or someone who is wanting to have a child and having a hard time conceiving, there are wonderful essential oil protocols to help with that too. I've heard many people having success with this. And so you might want to take a look at that as well. I did not put that in this PowerPoint presentation, but there is some protocols for that. And then if you are pregnant, this is a handout that I added to the chat box. I believe it's there. And it's many pages of different protocols for women with pregnancy. And again, like JC said earlier on, be mindful, go through and read through it, do your research, and make sure that you're doing everything you can to benefit your body during pregnancy, so you're not having all these concerns like heartburn and things like that. But you also want to be mindful because the baby is also taking on these oils. So
can I just say something really quick about that? The foremost expert in doTERRA on infertility, pregnancy, that kind of thing with essential oils, her name is Stephanie Fritz. She's absolutely phenomenal, and she sells a book. I think the name of it is called Pregnancy, Pregnancy, Birth, and Beyond. And her name is Stephanie Fritz, Fritz. And you can actually buy it on Amazon, I think, in India. So if you're interested in having that book, I've actually sent that book to Annalise, JC, a few of our women leaders. Oh yeah, she's got it right there. Essential Oils, Pregnancy, Birth, and Beyond. Yeah, Stephanie Fritz. So look for that one. That's a really good one.
Maybe you put that in the chat too. I think that's phenomenal, Suzanne. You know,
I'll write in the chat.
There's also a information from Oil Life and Aromatouch on doulas to help with protocols on pregnancy and stuff like that too. So I thought that was really interesting for people who are interested in that market and that area of, I think it's a really powerful area. I think in the United States, when we're comparing the different markets, 90% of the people who do doTERRA are women because they know how powerful these oils are with their families. And to keep that in mind, that this is a huge, I mean, who are we without our kids, right? We we it's so important to be able to integrate this all in all areas of your life and ages. Like include the oils in your nursery. Again, I had mentioned that lavender balance and Roman chamomile I found in so many recipes. Roman chamomile is very powerful for skin, and it's very calming. And lavender, of course, is wonderful for calming the mind down when they're getting upset. Here's something I know you guys can't read, but I just had to put it in there because I think it's so great to have the diaper bag showing that no diaper bag is complete without all these wonderful recipes and stuff like that. Emotional aromatherapy. Oh my gosh, you guys, these are so amazing. I think that sometimes a lot of teachers in school here in the United States put children on Ritalin because they can't calm down. I want to say something about that. Children are exciting. Children want to play and they want to experience life fully. And us as us as adults, we tended to got beat down a little bit, and we're not as excited and energetic as men.
That
as we
energy
are.
might be too much.
Yeah, and so we tend to think it's a bad thing. You guys, it's not a bad thing. And so, but we can use these essential oils to have those behaviors be in the right place at the right time, as well as being able to help the child be fully expressed too, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so these oils, I think, are really powerful. And I have this great video. Let's hope that this will play. And I don't know why I can't get these to play. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I don't know how we're doing for time, but I really wanted to show this video. Can you guys see it?
Yeah, that's a great video.
Yeah.
Is it working?
My brain could talk to me. It would say, like, go hide under your desk, go talk to your friends, go throw a pencil across the room and make somebody mad. Something like that. I had a tough time focusing and listening to the teacher what would say, and even the times that I did listen, I was usually forget, and then I would ask the teacher what it was again, and then she would just get mad at me and say I wasn't focusing and wasn't listening, so that kind of affected my grades a little bit. Made me feel like I wasn't that good of a kid, and everybody else was doing way better than me. They usually got like straight O's and outstanding is what it means, or A pluses. Before I used to get satisfaction, so yeah, kind of good, but not really.
One time, his teacher pulled me aside and just shared with me all of the negative things that Everest had been doing. And just the list went on, and she had no solutions for me, just problems. And I remember going out in the car and calling my husband and just sobbing because I didn't know what to do for him. And I know he wanted so badly to be good, and he would even pray at night about it.
At night, I would pray that I would usually say like that I could focus in school better and please help the teachers not yell at me and help me be better than I was yesterday. Something like that.
It's really hard watching your child suffer and not knowing what to do to help them. And we even contemplated going with medication, but I really didn't want to go that route. I wasn't comfortable with it. So I was talking to my mom one day, and she introduced me to some Focus Blend essential oils and said, this might help. You should try it.
I use the Focus Blend by putting it on the back of my neck, and it helps because it's easier to get up to my brain, just right up there. So, and I kept it in my pocket. My brain was really foggy and it was hard to think. And after it wasn't so foggy, it only had like an inch of fog, and that's not that much for what I had, like 5 of fog.
So I applied the Focus Blend essential oils to Everest on a Thursday. And I went into school the following Monday and asked his teacher, so how has he been doing? And she said, he has been so different. What did you do? And I said, well, when did you notice a difference? And she said Thursday. That's the same day that we started applying the essential oils.
Now my brain would say, good job, keep going, you're doing so great. And like when I wasn't doing so good, you're like, you're doing so good today. Why are you suddenly not doing good? Go, 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 you're going so fast. Go, go, go. Something like that.
It's amazing because now he's coming home with all outstandings, A pluses, great self-esteem, has lots more friends, and helping around the house, which is amazing. And I am so happy.
One day I got a Star Student Award, and it's something that they get picked out of the whole class, and some people got picked twice because they were so good. And it felt really great because it felt like I had a new thing of honor in the classroom, and everybody respected me a little bit more, and they were a little bit nicer. Now that I have better grades in school, I might have a chance on getting to the other good colleges. And my future job is actually being a teacher. I just like seeing kids, and it's kind of fun. Essential oils are really, really great. They can help kids and sometimes parents.
So I don't know. I think that video, I think I saw it in the very beginning of me doing doTERRA, and I just thought that that was just incredible to, it brings tears to my eyes because I know my brother was very much a kid with ADHD. And, you know, sometimes school is not best for every child because we have the creative behavior style where we just need to be moving all the time and need to be thinking. And I noticed that some children tend to be very active and moving, and it looks like they're not paying attention, but I'll guarantee you they're catching every single word you're saying. So anyway, that video just brings tears to my eyes every time I watch it because I think that's I wish I had that growing up. This is a backpack makeover. So when you're sending your child to school, look, you can make wonderful sandwiches with essential oils. You can make fruit dipped in different essential oils. It's just really a dip. A fruit dip is wonderful. The Focus Blend, which is the Intune, and even probably the hand sanitizer these days would be really great to have. So I think I put this in the chat so you guys can have this for your own use. And again, there's tons of different ways you can use the oils for children. This handout is also in the chat, so please click on it and download it so you can see how to use these oils in life here. And I want to get through this class, so I'm not taking up a whole hour. But this was my favorite part of the class. I really wanted to show you different ways you can use the oils with your kids. This is so fun. I think, Suzanne, you do a lot of DIYs and crafts and things with your grandchildren.
We do. And you know, I do a little a little morning. I call it morning at Mimi's because my grandkids call me Mimi. And we make Play-Doh, and Annalise mentioned this as well. You can Play-Doh, I put essential oils in the Play-Doh, but I use them all the time because I have some little hyper grandkids, like they're little wildcats, you know, and it just helps them to calm down, relax. And anyway, yeah, this is great.
So, you know, these recipes are found on the doTERRA website. So when you log in, or even if you Google it, you can find different things that you can make. And I pulled up some recipes. So if you want to take some screenshots of these recipes, here's the DIY baby powder. And again, look, it's lavender and Roman chamomile. And so
Becky, actually, Imna Senla asked about nappy rash, diaper rash is what we call it. And those are the two oils that I told her. Roman chamomile is incredible for diaper rash. So this is the powder, but if you have a rash already, use it with fractionated coconut oil, and oh my goodness, so good.
yeah, so here's the diaper cream and a diaper rash spray. So this is wonderful to make. Can you guys see the screen okay?
Something about Roman chamomile is really good on little babies' bottoms too.
Here's the essential oil dilution stick. And this is really a cool idea. When I saw this recipe, I had to recreate it for us. But you can take an old deodorant container and mix this up in a double boiler, and you mix shea butter and beeswax, and you make this base. I want to call it a base. There's no oils in it as far as essential oils. And then you pour it in this container. And then when you go out and you want to use essential oil that's not diluted, you can just rub this on the child's skin and then put the oils over the top of it. I just thought this was a really great idea since we were talking so much about diluting. And then sanitizing the toys, very powerful way. If you have kids playing together in classrooms and whatnot, you can actually do a sanitizing recipe. This recipe actually just called for wild orange, but I think On Guard is really, really very powerful. It's antiviral and antibacterial. So a really good way to make sure you're cleaning those toys up, and do that often, you guys. Here's some fun recipes on how to take them internally. So like with a nice smoothie, kids love smoothies with wild orange and strawberries and mango. I know mango is very popular in India. So this is a good one, I thought. And again, the black bean brownies. So you can have black beans. You guys, I've had this recipe. People have cooked this recipe and you would never know that it's made from black beans. It's incredible. It's like really crazy. Now I have made it and you can tell it's made from black beans. So I'm not a very good cook, but so maybe you guys could have better success than I have.
This is actually a very popular, a lot of people make these brownies for classes when they have a doTERRA class because they have essential oils in them. You guys, they're yummy. They are really, really delicious.
They have the peppermint oil. Look at it, it's only 4 drops, and you can taste that peppermint like nobody's business. It's really just a wonderful.
Daisy said there's another brownie recipe with sweet potatoes. I haven't seen that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but those are awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so what are your health priorities? You guys, we talked a lot about children, and if you have your family there and I really would like you to take a look at what are we doing to our bodies when you have a little beautiful, perfect little body that you're raising, and and you start putting suntan lotions and all these toxins that we have in our environment on them. What chances do they have as they get older? When we look at all these health issues we have as adults, we can start taking toxicity out of our home. So what do you want to do for your children? What difference do you want to make for them in their life? And what chances, like with that Everest video with him going to school, and look how much emotion he had when he wasn't doing well. And to be able to use one simple essential oil to make such a huge impact on his life, it's incredible. So here are some oil kits that you can get started with. We have many different kits. I love this My First kit because it comes with a diffuser and it has 15 ml bottles. We also have other kits that are 5 ml. You get a few more essential oils and a fractionated coconut oil. But the prices are all right here. I'll skip through these here. And there's more kits here. The Family Essentials kit is a very popular kit because it has many oils. And then the Home Essentials kit is the same oils that are in the Family Essentials kit, but they're in the bigger bottles. Here are some bigger kits if you really want to go to town. I think this is really important. I know that these kits seem like they're a lot of oils, but let me tell you, when I first bought my kit, my friend told me, Becky, you sure you want to get that kit because it doesn't have this and that? And I'm like, yeah, I can only afford this or whatever. But instantly when I ordered my kit and I got it, I realized I should have got more oil. So I wanted to show you some of these bigger kits. If you have more people in your family and if you're raising a nice big family, you'll want to have more of these oils. And here's another kit. And then so choose the best way to get started. Of course, you can buy oils retail, but really, why would you do that? Why would you want to pay full price? We are selling memberships, actually. We would love for you to sign up with a 25% wholesale price. And you get the membership fee is waived. It's free when you get an enrollment kit. You also get to take advantage of all the loyalty reward programs. And I'll go over that here next. we are actually, most people are signing up as a wellness advocate because we are building teams in India. We are wanting to create a dynamic market so that way we're creating a demand for the oils. This is 25% wholesale price plus the loyalty reward program, and you can earn an income sharing with others. The loyalty reward program is where you can get deeper discounts. Every month you will want to place an order, and you can continually get deeper discounts with each month you continually place an order with. If you decide to do the business, you can actually earn commissions when you order 100 PV every month. So how would you like to get started today? Which kit would you like to pick? And please reach out to the person who invited you today and give them all these details, your name, your address, your phone number, your email, and your date of birth. We would love to be able to get you started today, because today, now more than ever, is the time to be taking on your health and your family's health. So do we have any questions?
You know what, we've answered them all along the way. One of the things is some people said that they joined after, and when they scroll back, they can't get those downloads. So I told them that we would share those in our group WhatsApp chats. If you can send them to me there, and then we can pass them on to everybody.
Okay.
Fantastic information. I thought it was fabulous.
Great.
We kind of answered all the questions along the way. About the children, the diaper rash, we got that one. Just lots of different comments. That was fabulous. Really beautiful presentation.
Great, you guys. So, you know, the oils can be used in every area of our life. And if you think about it, the essential oils are in many ingredients of things that you buy at the market. And so why do you want to add those toxicities when you're buying them from the marketplace? You can make many of these things from home, and it's so much more cost effective. So like when you look at all the ingredients you have in your house and you think how much you paid for this and how much you paid for that and how much you paid for this, if you got rid of all those and never bought them again and made them at home, you are saving so much money. And so when people think, gosh, it's a big investment, no, you're saving so much more money because you don't need to purchase all the other things that are out there. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us, you guys. And we look forward to seeing you again on Monday. And thank you so much for being with us. And oh, don't forget.
Let me just, Becky, do you remember who is on Monday? Let me just